Yeah, buddy. Yes, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, please take the time, take a moment, share this live. Seven o'clock, so you already know what time it is. It's time for the Random Talking Indie Music Show. We are brought to you live via minxradio.com. We're live on Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Caffeine TV. We are everywhere, rtimshow.com if you can't stick around for the live stream. And, you know, we also have a radio. We have a radio app, zeno.fm/minx-radio. I believe that's it. So y'all can, peep us up on the audio if you can't catch the visuals, but it's always up for, for the replay. So, catch the replay if you got to. But anyway, we're here. It's your girl 759. I'm on the scene ready to do my thing. And as if you can hear us in a very few seconds, we are going to be crispy, freaking clear. Crispy like some chicken. But I'm here, joined by my co-host, the Bronx Bully, the Beast from the East with the gap in the teeth, but it's perfectly okay, a.k.a. Merciless Minx, a.k.a. Mad Lake Minx, a.k.a. a lot of other shit. Just call it what you want to call it. Just don't call her a copycat. Do they dig, Minx, or do they dig?
They better dig.
where the shovel be at. And I'm telling y'all, listen, we got some topics, of course. Uh, Want to apologize for not being on last night. Sometimes you just gotta take a break, you know.
Right.
So let me turn you up a little bit here so everybody can hear you. Yeah, so we,
Yeah,
sometimes you
it
just
might
gotta
be my end. Hold on. Am I good now?
turn your mic just a little bit.
Down or up?
Turn it up. I'm sorry. Turn it up a little bit.
How about now?
How about now? Sound all sultry and
I tried.
oh, you try. But anyway, we're here. We had a producer poll that we were supposed to kind of touched on Monday that we didn't get to discuss, so we'll hit that first. And we have a couple other topics. Of course, Minx probably got a couple of free jewels for you guys. And speaking of jewels, if you haven't done so yet, now's the time to do it, man. You got to become a Patreon on today. First of every month. Join the Merciless Cast, become a premium member today. Like she said, beginning of every month. You get premium jewels for a low price. Please believe they're fully researched and 100% scam free because we don't do scams over here on Minx Radio. We don't do that shit. If you want scams, go to the mother folks that don't know shit. But my girl Minx, she knows her shit. Please
I'm
believe.
mad that you said it like that.
The mother folks that don't know shit, listen, if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's okay to say you don't know, but don't try to pass it off like you do know, because she gonna G-check you every time. So if you want the real jewels, if you want some, if you want some quality information that's going to be helpful towards your career, whether it's going to be podcasting, whether it's producing, whether it's you becoming an artist, listen to my girl Minx. She's going to get you right. Also, join the hustle culture today. If you want to become part of that, all you got to do, send a picture along with a small quote of what you think hustle culture means to you, along with your IG handle, your location, and your profession. Send all that over to hustleculturemag.com. Be sure to follow them on Facebook and also Instagram. Head on over to minxradio.com as well for the Minx Show podcast. Catch up on all past and current episodes. Hit that merch tab. Get you some Minx Mafia merch. And we got shirts too. Yay, I've been able to put this back up here. We don't have a store still yet, but listen, we got shirts. Y'all can see them, right? New designs coming soon. I know this bitch keep lying. Yeah, new designs coming soon. Just hold your draws. We're going to get it. Y'all just got to be patient. And I believe that is it. Please be patient. Please be patient because we got lives. We got shit to do. We got things going on. If y'all pop up in the chat, for some odd reason, I'm not getting an account, but pop in, drop a little comment, let us know that you're in the building so we can shout you guys out. What's good on everybody on caffeine, man? We lit or we lit?
I just powered everything up.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
They'll drop in. They'll drop in.
I just powered everything up.
So what has been going on with you, Miss Minx?
Not much. Just been working. We got the podcast coming up. Caffeine is very fucked up today. Very slow.
Uh-oh. What's going on today?
I don't know. They need to get it together. Hold on. If I close that, no, I can't do that. I don't think we're going to be able to be on caffeine today.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It seems very slow today over there. I think I fixed it. Hold on. I just got to bring this closer. Okay, cool. We're cool.
All right.
Little glitchy, but not too glitchy, but it's whatever.
Hopefully it'll be all right. Restream has updated some features, so hopefully this will work a little better. If it does, we'll continue to use it. If not, we'll go back to the other format.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
So basically just been working on some stuff. getting some stuff together for uh the podcast on Friday because I keep forgetting we have podcasts again on Friday.
Yeah, you got to get back into that, huh?
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that shit. You know, a part of me feels like okay, I thought I was gonna quit that, you know, going live and shit like that, but you know, when people start hitting you up and saying that they miss something that you've been doing for such a long time,
Right.
people, you know, when they hit me up and say, Mix, you know, we miss this, we want this, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I'll do my best to be, you know, to bring it back, but it's just been a little bit difficult, especially watching this whole Joe Button thing go down. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had a dream about him last night too. No homo.
It's not homo because he's a man and you're a woman. Jesus.
Oh, I say no homo because you know what? I feel like, you know, what do they call us? What do they call women that are like extremely powerful and not really girly?
Bruh.
I just feel weird, like, you know, I'm Joe Button.
You got your answer.
Oh, an alpha female.
Oh,
So I feel like, you know, I'm like one of the dudes sometimes. So I have to say no homo or pause. But yeah,
that's very New York.
Yeah, it kind of is. I had a dream about him last night, and it was nothing freaky deaky. I think it was more like psychic, if anything. I really feel like he's going to get his own network. Because of this whole issue that's going on with his podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I actually sat, and I've never sat and watched a 10-minute Twitter video of anything.
I was watching that very episode before I came on here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had to. I sat through the whole 45 minutes of him, you know, setting Charlemagne straight and really getting into the specifics.
I was like, yo, am I like that? Am I like that? Because he was putting him on blizzaz.
Well, as he should have, because Charlemagne, like he said, when you don't own shit, you can't talk about shit. So Joe took his little 45 minutes and used his platform and gathered them right on up.
What's up, Rasta Biggs over at Caffeine?
What's up?
He said, hey, Queens, what did I miss? What are we talking about?
You didn't miss anything, but we are talking about Joe Budden and the power of owning your shit.
Yes, ownership.
Owning your shit with ownership.
Ownership, own your shit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, so Charlemagne, for those that don't know and really don't pay attention to the Joe Budden podcast at all, Charlemagne has worked for iHeart for a very long time. He doesn't have his own, I don't think he controls any of the IP or anything like that when it comes to Breakfast Club, which, because it's a radio platform, I wouldn't expect him to, you know, own. Well, I would expect him to own shit, being how he's been in radio for a very long time. How are you able to be in radio so long and not know the business of how radio works? Because radio and podcasting kind of slightly with certain differentials go hand in hand. So how was you able to come up with a whole new show, you know, help create a show and you don't own it and you can't go anywhere with it? So once you leave the Breakfast Club, you got to start all over again.
Exactly. Rasta Big says it's owned by the network.
Exactly. So the difference between Charlemagne and Joe is Joe can take his podcast and go anywhere he wants and demand what he wants because he owns his shit. And for everyone, like he said, that was talking about how, you know, Spotify was like, yo, you should have took that day. No, he shouldn't have. Because when you know your value, you know your place, you know your worth. And besides, when you see how they treat you, it's like a job. You're not going to keep working a job if your supervisor treats you like shit. And if your personnel don't want to pay you for what you're worth, but they got you doing 15 other jobs other than what you signed up for, then that's usually a signal to get up out of there and go where you're valued. That's basically the whole lesson that Joe was giving folks. I applaud Joe for that because as much as y'all want to call him a washed up rapper, and as much as you want to say he's a failed rapper, he's old and this nigga just turned 40 yesterday.
Right.
So I don't know where y'all get that from. I guess it's from y'all 25 and unders. That's because y'all don't know shit. When you turn 30 and 40, you will be the one saying, God damn it, I'm old. I'm the old one now. But
Right.
with that comes that knowledge, comes that wisdom, and the fact that he has been through so many business ventures, and yeah, a lot of it had failed, but that showed him, and that was a lesson that he can say, okay, this taught me what not to do in further ventures. This is why now he can walk away from Spotify and say, fuck y'all, I can do what I want, because me getting robbed by my label and Walt Disney or some kitty company owns my shit because I didn't know the business. Now I know the business. And now I know the next deal I take is either going to be my way or it ain't going to be no way.
Right. And that's why I had said last night, I said, you know, a lot of people that are getting into this whole podcasting thing, like, y'all don't understand that there is real drama with this shit.
Of course.
There is real drama with this shit. It's not even, a lot of people really think it's about sitting down, plugging up some headphones, getting a cute little mic, going in your closet, and, you know, coming up with just topics. You know, it's more than just doing all that, because you're forgetting about branding. You forget about trademarking. You know, you have some podcasts that have actually been sued because they ripped content from other content creators.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the mystery ones. What's up, State Fleets? So basically, like with him, like this is what the problem is, and this is why this is so good that, you know, this conversation is being had, because, you know, especially for Black podcasters, podcasters that are people of color, we really don't have like our own network for that either.
Hold on, not really.
Stay Fleet says, did you send that text to Charlemagne for the FM broadcast spots? Charlemagne, nah.
For him to be as smart as he said he is, unfortunately, he didn't know not to own his shit.
Right. No, like, this is why I laugh. Like when people, you know, this is why when I started this whole podcasting journey and shit, the first thing that I did was I created the Mink Show podcast, right? And then when I started, I would say when I got into my second season was when I had all these radio stations and people reaching out to me to put my show on their shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at these contracts and I'm like, wait a minute. So you don't do shit. You basically don't do shit, but you want 30% of my hard work?
That
when
part.
You have no following, like literally no following. You don't have any plans to promote me. You don't have any plans to help me with advertising. You're just pretty much trying to take my cut. So that's when I decided, I said, you know, I'm going to protect my show and I'm going to put it on a network that I own, which is why I created Minx Radio. And this wasn't like to create Minx Radio like other people do. They create these little ideas and then they reach out to other shows and they're like, hey, put your show on my network. No, Minx Radio is for Minx shit. Okay. So if I happen to break bread with somebody's like, you know, talking to me about, you know, they don't understand podcasting or they need help with launching their podcast, then yeah, they could launch it on my network. But that was never my goal.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't my goal at all, to create Minx Radio, to put all these shows and shit onto my network. But
and you know, he had said maybe. See, he's been on Spotify for 2 years. I've probably been following his podcast for longer than that. But he did say something along the lines of, when you first start the podcast, you're going to go through your first 2.5 to 3 years doing the shit for free because you're trying to feel it out and you're trying
Right.
to build your brand, try to build your market. And this is basically, your ground roots. This is where I'm at now. Anyway, I'm trying to build the brand. Um, I had a brand, but I had to do a rebrand because the current brand wasn't quite hitting the way it was at first. I had engagement, I had the followers, I had all of this fun stuff. And then when the engagement drops, people stop checking for it as often. And then when this whole pandemic mess hit, it really took a hit on the podcast itself because
Right.
now I can't do interviews. At the time, I didn't know how to do all this restream shit. I couldn't do interviews because I had people come here and do interviews with me. I couldn't, have my co-host here because, we went back and forth and I needed him here. But now that you have to, sometimes you just got to rebrand and figure out some more shit. Everybody that, like Mink said, when you start the podcast, this sitting in front of the mic and getting your topics, that is 0.5 of the whole business. That's 0.5%.
Right.
Your 95.5 is, all the techie shit that Minx does, which is all the analytics, your SEO, your all that fun stuff. And then you still have to build your brand. You have to build your website. You have to promote. You have to do this, that, that, that. It's a whole lot. It is a lot. So if y'all don't take anything from Joe, he's washed up in it. If you don't take nothing else, I encourage y'all to go back and listen to episode 376. He spends a good deal talking about it. You will definitely learn some things. And everybody on Twitter has been like, you know what? I didn't fuck with his music, but I got so much more respect for him now because of da 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 da.
Yeah, because and then what I noticed is, with the powers that be, what they do next, because it's like, you didn't take the deal, Joe. We gave you. I think my favorite line that he said is that Spotify called him up because he said he wanted, they wanted to fuck him.
Yeah, he said 8 months within their first year of the contract, they came up to him and said, "Hey, we have another contract we want to fuck you in," and we said no.
I was in tears when he said that,
and even Maul laughed about it because But when they ask you to do more shit, yeah, you're gonna pay me more money. So when you say no, I gotta go.
Stay Fleet says he's trying to get that info that the corporate guys have.
And they're not.
But this is what happens though, right? And
Right.
I want to say a big, big shame on you to boss up. Stay Fleet.
I haven't checked that website in a long time.
Well, don't. They're slandering this man. You don't take the deal. This is obviously, we know how the elite gets down. You don't take the deal. We're gonna bring up old shit.
The shit with Tahiri and
exactly. So we're like, yo, boss up.
You know what? Since that whole thing with the Love and Hip Hop, when she was messed with what's his name, Vado, and he choked her out on TV. Yeah, that was a hit to her little image. But now that this man is trying to do better, then here comes Tahiri. Years later, they've been years removed as a couple. Oh, well, he used to hit me. Number one, we knew that. We knew that. Like, that's old news, number one. Number two, why are y'all digging this up? And he's convinced that Spotify and Charlemagne and other people may have, put a hand in that.
Stay Fleet says he's surpassed all the numbers that Spotify projected, and he's number one.
Technically, for a long time, he was number one. According to their official numbers, he's like number 15. But back then, you didn't have 80 other podcasts on Spotify.
But, he did make a lot of sense, too, because you have all these, folks that, like you said, Amy Schumer, for instance, they gave her a $2 million deal.
She fucked it up.
She, I'm like, why do they give these people, these opportunities like that? Because I feel like There's a lot of black podcasters that, you know, that have a lot of good substance. Every show is not about hip hop. You know what I mean? Um, every show is not about hip hop. You have shows like there's a couple of history podcasts where they talk about, Black Wall Street and pretty much, the forgotten history of our people. You have other podcasts that talk about marketing and forex trading and things like that. Why don't they get
Hmm.
the same type of love? And that's like one of the things that always aggravated me in a sense. I even got to the point where I was like, should black people start thinking about investing in our own shit again? Because again, there's no shape or form I'm saying that we are looking to segregate ourselves any further than what we already are. But my whole thing is that if the table is always going to be consistently tipped the other side, then we have to start thinking about how we need to secure our own entertainment. Because you see how Tyler Perry um took matters into his own hands, and now he's a billionaire now, Tyler Perry.
Hmm. The thing with Tyler Perry is, I'm gonna get to him in a second. Before we move to that though, uh, I'm looking at
What
the
up, Sneezy?
sneezy. Achoo. I'm looking at these podcast charts, and when you click on a podcast, they got like the little subtitles. Um, for instance, the number one podcast currently is the Michelle Obama podcast, and they label hers as personal stories and relationships. You have the Call Her Daddy podcast, which that's a dumbass title, but these are white girls. They label it as relationships, comedy, and sex. You scroll down to Joe Budden. Here's his culture. Not sports, not music, not anything else. Culture.
So even with him being mischaracterized, he's still not like he's still surpassing like all those people.
Yeah. Uh Joe Rogan. They got him society, culture, comedy. You
That's a
know,
good question, Stay Fleet. Stay Fleet says, why do you think Spotify wanted to participate with Joe Budden podcast when he was?
because he was one of the first music podcasts, and because Spotify is a music platform, they didn't have any music podcasts. And I pretty much believe that they went with Joe as a guinea pig because they saw that, maybe he's not as influential in the music. Let's see how well he does in podcasting. A part of me believes they didn't think he would surpass their numbers. He said hour one into their new episode of their contract, they surpassed the numbers. They damn near crashed the site
Yep, twice.
twice. So they used Joe as a guinea pig, and he's pretty much the reason why you have well over let me see. This whole tab of podcast playlists, originals and exclusives. You've got a whole tab full of shit. But had it not been for him, the forerunner in this whole shit, the predecessor, they pretty much used him as a guinea pig. And like he said, they used his audience to try to boost their own numbers. And
They did him dirty.
they did. There it is.
They did him very dirty. And this is why, like, I kind of wonder, like, okay, let's look at Joe Rogan, right? I used to like his podcast, but, I felt like it became too commercialized for me. I'm like, go back to talking about like aliens and shit. Like, I don't want to hear this shit.
And now that he's, on Spotify, I don't know if he has to like
He
change.
changed up his content. I
I
don't
figured.
think it's the same content that it was. Like I'm saying, if you were comfortable, this is what I always say. We are always granted opportunities, but every opportunity is never going to be in your benefit. This is why I always say also when it comes to record deals and shit like that, they don't make record deals for you to win. They make
Mhm.
record deals for them to win. What's up, Simran? It's never nothing is ever in your best interest. We have to always remember that. A job will say to you, hey, we're going to give you a promotion and a raise, but now you got to do more hours. Now you got to, do more for an extra dollar. You know what I mean? And
No, they expected him to do more at the current rate of the current contract price of 2 years ago.
oh wait, I wanted to I forgot about State Fleets had asked a good question earlier too, about the streams for podcasts. I'm going to tell you right now, my podcast is on Spotify and every major distribution platform for podcasts. I get paid for every stream as long as there is an ad in it.
And see, still Spotify gets their cut.
They still get their cut. And I'm using Anchor to distribute. So I look, I'm like, oh, cool. I got $200 and something sitting in my ad account, but I just leave it. I just let it build. I figure that every year, end of the year, I'll cash out and give somebody, something, or do a giveaway or something like that. But, I personally feel like ads are cringy. Hold on. State Fleet says, what if it's your podcast and you deny ads because the ads don't make sense? Well, this is the thing. With Anchor, the way that they have it is that you can pick what ads you want to do. Like there was one season that one of the ads I did was for animal rescue. So it depends on when, you check that. Oh, you have Anchor. Okay. So it's like you have to check. They haven't sent anything new, just that annoying, hi, so you want to start a podcast? That should be so cringy as fuck. But they do send you oh, you do? Okay, so State Fleets has a podcast called, I'm gonna fuck this up.
Oh Jesus.
Rap Politics? I think I said it. So it sounds like to me this is political conversations about rap. Oh, like analytics. Oh, so rap politics. Okay. I think I said it right.
Oh my God. For politics?
Well, he says analytics, but with rap. So rapalytics.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out as soon as we get off of here. It's a hip hop podcast. Congratulations. Congratulations. We were actually just talking about creating a directory for podcasts that have to do with our cultural things as far as hip hop and real life stuff. So yes, I'm a politics. Politics. I already fucked it up.
Rapalytics.
Rapalytics. I said politics.
Damn. You had one job. One job. But
I'm looking up now.
And on shit. And on that note about ads, that was another thing that Joe had discussed, was because they wanted him. And if y'all remember in the late 200 episodes, like 270, 280 or something like that, he started putting ads in the middle of his podcast. But then he's like, wait a minute. They had the power to edit the podcast, insert the ad. By then, you probably missed like a good 30, 40 seconds of some you probably could have laughed at. So he said, you know what? No, you're not going to put your ads in the middle of my podcast without running it by me. But
Right.
then on top of that, they took a cut out of every single ad. He only had one ad per show. That one ad made Spotify and the company that he advertised for some money. They didn't get any money. They tried to offer the guys jewelry, and it was a clause in his contract saying, "Hey, if we hit certain amount of numbers, we're due a raise, we're due a vacation, we're due this, and this." He said he took the short end of everything so his homies could eat. And Spotify still tried to find ways to, his words, pillage off of his audience so they can build numbers for their thing. And now that they picked up two young black men who are, of the LGBT community, and they're in fashions. So I guess their podcast is going to be about, fashions and the LGBTQ lifestyle and this, that, and the third. But at the bottom line, Wall Street is going to take a hit and Spotify is going to take a hit because when Joe leaves, when their original guinea pig leaves, imagine the influence, imagine the audience that he built for 2 years. All that shit's gone. So
they're taking it with them.
So you got Joe Rogan. Yeah, you got Michelle Obama. Yeah, you got.
But Vellicino, how are you, Vellicino? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, what's up? But when you take your audience, it's gonna make. They're gonna take a hit.
You know what? That was always even when I was in the car biz. Hold on, A-L.
She's still spelling. Oh my gosh.
I found it! Yay! Vince found it!
It only took you 20 minutes?
I just followed it. Okay, cool. No, because you know what? I don't know what it is, but I found it. I found it safely, so I'm gonna check it after. I need some stuff to listen. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was going to say something about the whole Tyler Perry thing, about how he became a billionaire. Tyler Perry could have been doing a lot more. Well, not could have been doing a lot more, but he would have came off better if, A, he hired black writers instead of trying to write everything himself. 2, come up with better concepts that don't always perpetuate the negative stereotypes in black people. He got one show called Sisters. He got another show coming out called Bruh. Like, come on, man. Then you got your church shows, your church plays, your this, your movies, your do. But all your movies, all your shows are the same. You got the light-skinned pretty girl who gets all the men. You got the dark-skinned angry black woman. You got the one thug. You got the pretty boy that saves the girl. It's always the same script. And those wigs, my God, they are awful.
I will never forgive him for
putting those ugly ass braids on Shamar Moore. I will never, and I don't even like Shamar Moore, but I will never forgive him for gluing those ugly dookie braids on that man's head like that.
What what is it? The what's the name of that movie? I think it's for colored girls. Yeah, I'll never forgive him for that shit. I'm still scarred for life.
Now that's one of the movies I did like. Like all his Medea movies, they were supposed to be Medea movies, but it was a story in a story in a story.
Sneezy says he had a silly string weave.
Man, listen. You could see the glue on his hair. Man.
Come on. They were probably under budget.
How?
You could have went to the Chinese people in the Bronx, man. They would have hooked you up.
How this man is...
I have a good color. I got good color for you.
I got good wig. I give bang.
Good wig for you.
I give you bang. Like, no.
Shout out to Susie. Susie be hooking me up, man. Susie be hooking me up. Like, she will call me, hello, Minx. How are you? I'm like, hi, Susie. How are you? I made new hair for you. You come and get it, okay? It's not even that she's asking you, bitch, you got any money? We in a pandemic. She's like, I see you Thursday, 4:00 to come pick up hair, right? I'm like,
okay.
Let me go sell some blood real quick. I got you.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Susie in the Bronx.
But how can you be under budget, bruh? He's funding a lot of those movies.
Oh, you're right, Vellicino. Vellicino says he's in the Atlanta hair state.
That's the hair weave capital of the fucking world. And you mean to tell me you couldn't give Shamar Moore decent braids?
You couldn't go into Instagram with one of these thirsty ass bitches?
Man, listen.
Come on. Stay Fleet says the problem is that Joe didn't want money. He wanted his own content.
Yeah. And Spotify was trying to milk him for all it was worth.
The bottom line of this whole Joe Budden thing, I know a lot of people think that he's very problematic. He's just a person that really cares about his brand. Okay. And I don't think that that's problematic at all, because your brand, like even for myself, if MTV was to come to me and say, hey, Meeks, we want to pay you 50 grand as a sign on bonus, bring the Meeks Show podcast and we, bring that shit. So I'm like, yes, I'm about to shit on all you motherfuckers. And next thing you know, so you can't curse, can't make any references that may offend anybody, can't talk about gay people, can't say the N-word, can't do this, can't do that, can't do this, can't do that. But it's your show. You can do whatever.
Wait a second. I can be uncensored. I gotta be filtered. I can't talk about what I want to talk about. And on top of that, y'all gonna put ads on my shit. And next thing you know, I have to tap dance or tiptoe on eggshells just to make y'all some money. Absolutely the fuck not.
Well, Velagino, that's a good question. Velagino says, do you think that Joe is a little bit of the problem? He didn't have to sign a lifetime deal.
He didn't sign a lifetime deal. It was only for 2 years. He exceeded and went above and beyond the expectations of Spotify. They refused to pay him. They refused to give him the information that he wanted. So he, as a business, and forget the artist, as an entity, as a business, he's gonna walk.
Right. What's up, Stay Fleets?
And that could be anybody. That could be Minx. That could be me. That could be anybody. If it don't look right, if you give me a 2-year contract that says we expect you to hit these numbers at these times, you podcast twice a week. If you do this, then you get this. And like Joe said, when they keep changing the goalposts, you don't get anything out of it. So you're basically doing all this work. They're making money off of you. And the little stuff that you did ask for, they're not going to give it to you. So once again, why would you work for a company that doesn't value what you bring to the table?
Hey, Raheem. Well, I mean, because there's a lot of questions that have popped up. And I'm going to try to answer each one as possible. The first question was if they offered me $50,000 to run an ad on my podcast. No, I would not do that. The thing is that when it comes to advertisements, you guys have to understand advertising is obviously our cash cow of how we make money on, what they call monetizing, right? Now, the problem that I have with ads is because, we really don't have a choice of what it is that we want to advertise. Perhaps I want to advertise some feed the hungry type shit. You ain't going to pay me 50 grand to put on, make sure you go and get your COVID-19 test. Fuck that. That ain't my place. I ain't your doctor. I ain't doing that. Okay. But if Sweetwater comes to me and says, hey, Minx, it's 50 grand. Can you please tell your listeners about the new pre-Sonos that we just got? We just got some new midis and shit. Like, could you do that? I'd be like, okay.
And on top of that, if they give you free merch, if they hook you up in the process on top of that 50,000.
Yeah.
I mean, today's episode is brought to you by Sweetwater, where you can get affordable payment plans on all your equipment and all your music needs. Yeah.
Because it has to do with, if it's an ad that has to do with my show, then yes. Because even for myself, like, I don't want no big time ads coming at me. If I'm in the Bronx and I have small business owners coming to me and say, hey, Minx, my name is Ak. I'm from down the street. Could you just put up, this is the best place to get some blunt wraps in the Bronx. Can you just do that? Well, I like my ganja. So of course I'm going to do that. Of course. And throw some this way. Basically. You don't people don't understand the importance of, this is why I say when it comes to, and I was just talking about this to my Patreon members. People don't understand the importance of traffic. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how many likes you have. That shit does not matter. That's the little veil that they put over you because, they want you to be like, oh my God, I got 5,000 followers. No, fuck you. 5,000 followers. Que loco. Who cares? Do you have 5,000 people visiting your website? Okay. Can a business come to you? Can you take a piece of paper and say, hey, look, so you're a liquor store in my block, right? I come here a lot to buy wine. So look, I got 10,000 people that visit my website per month. Would you like to advertise your liquor store on my website? I'm only charging $10 a week for that. Now, come on. Think about that. People don't want to monitor. They want to sit there and say, "Oh my God, I got 20,000 followers and 6 likes, 50,000 followers and 2 likes." Fuck that shit. We have to think about traffic, clicks, SEO, Google. Like, people sit there telling me, "Did you see my status update on Twitter?" I'm like, I don't give a fuck about your status update. Did you see my status update on Google because I have a knowledge panel? Did you see that?
Yeah.
What is a knowledge panel? What is a knowledge panel? Are you fucking kidding me? Felicino says, do you feel signing to Spotify will increase traffic? Absolutely not. iHeart will. I'm going to tell y'all this from a perspective of a host. Okay, the Spotify shit does not impress nobody no more. I got artists that hit me up in my DMs talking about, hey, Minx, hey, I like what you're doing. I respect what you're doing. Okay, I know you ain't never seen no episode, but okay, what's up? Yeah, so I would like to be a guest on your show. I'm like, okay, great. These are my available dates. What's your budget? Budget? What? I got 30,000 followers. I don't give a fuck how many followers you have. Are 30,000 people going to be tuned in when you're live with me? That's the question.
Absolutely not. Goddamn well, he ain't got no 30,000 or nothing.
I better get tagged in my stories from them fucking flyers of, hey, y'all, tune in. When people try to sell me on that, right? Because I'm honest with people. I'd be like, look, on a Friday night, roughly, people are turning up. They're going to the club. Back in before quarantine, my shows they were at 10 o'clock Friday nights, right? So I'll be chilling. And, I look at my numbers Saturday morning. I'm like, okay, cool. We have 500 people that tuned in. But to a rapper will say to me, 500 views, man, I ain't paying for nothing. You ain't gonna pay to be on my show? You can come on my show for free. That's fine, but I ain't advertising it. That's the way
nobody see that shit.
Yeah, and this is why, people are so fixated on numbers. They're so fixated on numbers. So I'm a person that I eliminate numbers. I tell an artist if they want to sit on my show, call me, right? If I don't vibe with you in 10 minutes of us having a conversation where I'm saying to myself, okay, how do I get this motherfucker off the phone? Then I'm not with you. Because we don't have that chemistry. We don't have that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm on the phone with you and I'm like, and we having a good laugh, we having a good talk, I automatically know it's going to be a great episode. So, of course, I'm not going to charge you. I'll pay for the advertising for it. I don't care. Because just our 10 minutes of talking and we're laughing and joking around, I literally have to say to some artists, look, man, I don't want to ask you too many questions right now. I want to wait till Friday.
Right.
This conversation is really dope, and I want to continue this on Friday. They're like, oh, come on, Mix. We're having a good conversation. Fuck that podcast right now. Let's keep talking. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no. We will have to put that under wraps. Put a bookmark in there.
Yeah, and that's why there's been a lot of interviews that I did that I never even put out because I hear the playback, and I'm like, you can just tell. I'm like, so you like making music? That's great.
I've had a few of those myself. I've had a few of those where when you have these young artists, I'll say between the age of, I think the youngest I had on here was 15. He had his, producer with him. She was of age, because she had to ask permission. He wasn't sure how to handle himself, how to carry himself in an interview, because nobody really showed him, nobody told him, nobody sat him down. There's no artist development anymore. So when they do small podcasts, they don't know how to act. They're fumbling on their phone. They're just doing all of this. So if you're not speaking to me, then I guess I'm not part of the thing. So I'm back on this. I'm back on my phone. I'm doing all this extra. So then when they think they deserve the Hot 97s in the whatever radio station y'all listen to, nobody, when they hear this little podcast and see how you conducted yourself in that, ain't no way in the world they're gonna say, you know what, Funk Flex want to holler at you for a freestyle, dog. Come on up to New York. We'll fly you out. No, bitch, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works
At all. Like, you cannot conduct yourself in a local setting. What makes you think that you deserve the world stage? You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to. You don't even take the time to advertise yourself. But when it comes to your music, you're tagging 50, 11 people on your shit, talking about some, yo, listen to my new joint, it's a banger.
But then what pisses me off is that, you know, and I don't really have this anymore for some reason, because now I know my worth. So before, I used to like feel like, you know, I had to go the extra mile to let people know. Like, you see, I take my little snippets, I put up like little snippets online and shit. And after a while, like, you know, again, I'm a person that doesn't really factor in price with things, because, and this is why my dad wants to kill me, because he's like, Minx, you do everything for fucking free. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, don't you want to make no money? I'm like, I do. But I feel weird asking people to pay me. You know, I feel weird. If you like, artists literally call me, because I have the WhatsApp affiliated with my Facebook page. So artists literally call me and they say, look, Minx, I don't want to waste your time. How much do you charge for a consultation? I'm like, well, what's up? What do you need? I don't feel right with you, you know, talking to me without me actually paying you. I'm like, I feel like a whore. I'm a whore.
Paying you for your time. Like, thank you, honey. I appreciate it.
Even the Patreon, I feel weird. That's why I said, if I was really about that life, I would be terrified to have an OnlyFans. I really would, because I'd be like, hey guys, how are you guys doing? Do you guys want to see a titty today or an ass? I don't know I wouldn't know what to say. Hey guys, I mean, you guys are paying $9.99 a month, so do I twerk today, or like, what do you guys want? I'm scared.
Do you guys want to see it?
My belly button, or
oh my god,
some negligee? Like, how do you guys want this? I'll be throwing up some polls and shit. Like, what do y'all want to see? Basically,
hit me on my hit me up on my OnlyFans for $2. The glasses are coming off. You know what I'm saying?
Don't like, outdo yourself, honey. Don't outdo yourself.
The glasses are coming off. Like, come on, now. The headphones are next. Like, come on, man. Don't do that.
Every first of the month, right? I'm laying down. I wake up. I'm scared. I look at my PayPal, and it says, you know, X, Y, and Z has been transferred from your Patreon. I'm like, I'm so evil. I took these people's money. But I'm like, wait a minute.
You're providing a service.
I promoted them. I had interviews with them. I did this. Yep. So it's just for me, growing up as an artist online, because, you know, I was talking on Twitter the other night. I had some good ganja. I was like, yo, when we became artists back in 2005, let's say 2005, 2006, all we had was MySpace. You know,
some of us didn't have that. We just had word of mouth in the trunk of someone's car.
We were very limited with how we were able to promote ourselves. And then I'm like, you think it's hard right now? I see these artists complaining and shit. Oh my God, why can't y'all just fucking share my music? I'm like, do you know how hard it was back in MySpace days, where you had to actually put in a bulletin board? Can y'all add this song on your page for me, so that when people visit your page, your song is playing? Do you know how hard it was to actually, like, I think the first thing that they added was they added the music pages. So everybody flocked to the music pages. I have an artist page on MySpace. But this is how we, you know, a lot of these people that are famous now, started off on MySpace and actually went viral on MySpace with certain songs. So I'm like, when I look at, I'm like, we were very limited. So what the fuck was everybody complaining about? Like today, I'm like, y'all literally,
It's so easy today.
it's a lot.
Well, it's not so easy, but it's easier.
No, I'm gonna say this.
With a few dollars, it's easier.
It is so easy to blow up, right? The problem is that people are not wanting to sit down to understand the one fundamental aspect of all of this shit, which is timing. It's the timing. Y'all are putting up I be seeing people, even myself, I do this. I would think of a meme or find a meme or some shit and it'd be funny. And I post it at 3:00 in the fucking morning, knowing good and damn well, ain't nobody is up like that. And if they are, they're squeezing their knobs. All right. They're not on Instagram looking for content. They're trying to, rub one out and go to sleep. So you got to think about the timing. You have to think about the content. People don't want to see, and I hate to say this, but Android users, I love y'all, but y'all need to invest in better photography. You can keep your Android phone. I'm just saying, people, I'll be seeing some of these videos and shit that y'all be putting out, like you're talking and your mouth is moving 10 seconds after that. I feel like I'm on dial-up and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I'm like, you're an artist. You have to invest in your look and how you put shit out, because when people look at you, you can have the hottest fucking song. But if you're not advertising it right, if you can't afford it or you can't do it, just, hit somebody up, hit me up. Hey, Mix, I only got $5. I was going to use the other half to smoke. But can you please make an ad for me? I'll be like, yeah, I got you.
Coffee.
Thank you. Yay. We got the unicorn. Unicorn.
Coffee.
Coffee. Everybody says, what up?
What up? What up?
Gang.
Gang.
Yes.
Gang.
State Fleet says Trinidad James has the first best look and got 1 million. Speaking of, but the rest of the songs were garbage.
Someone on Facebook had said that that it seemed like every other day, NBA YoungBoy was putting out a song. Like every other day, when you turn around and look, he's got a new video on YouTube or whatever. And someone had commented consistency. I commented oversaturation. There's no way in hell that you're just sitting there constantly putting out videos day after day after day after day. Let the first bitch breathe. Let it breathe. It's okay. Let it breathe for like 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah, people are putting out way too much music.
Way too much too fast. Like nobody can, because music ages so fast today, where back in the day, you could drop a single, work that single for an entire year before you even drop an album. You could promote that one song, go on tour, go on press runs, do everything. 1 year for that one song. There is no dropping 2, 3, 4 singles, then I drop the album. But your album is only eight tracks.
Raheem says, remember when Wayne had every week at one point? State Fleet says, can't let it breathe because it's numbers. State Fleets also says that's why Chris Brown did 30 songs on his last joint.
He did 45, and nobody sat and listened to that shit all in one take. You had to sit there and break that bitch down week by week. Okay. Week 1, I'm going to listen to the first 13. Week 2, I'm going to listen to 14 through 22. Then, yeah. He actually gave people instructions on how to listen to all 45 songs. Chris, you tried, but that was a fail.
Well, it sounded more like a fucking LOL doll package.
Oh my gosh, 45 songs on an album. The only person that was able to do that was the Michael Jackson History joint. And that was the only album that had 45 songs that I actually sat and listened to.
And you know what, State Fleets? That is so true. State Fleet says, well, we don't have MTV and 106 in Park to let songs breathe. See, this is what I feel like very much so. And this is something that, we are also working on behind the scenes, right? I hear literally, I'm legitly an A&R. I don't like to tell people that, but I am an A&R, right? You say A&R, people come and they're all wet and shit. And I'm like, look, leave me alone. All right. So as an A&R, every day, I have to listen to at least 25 songs, right? And it's not just listening to it. They also send me like a thing that pops up and I have to critique this song. A&R is artist and repertoire. So they'll send me a song and I listen to it and it's only the 30 seconds because they don't want to give the Spotify artists a stream. I think that's so lame, but what they do, they say, but honestly, it is kind of true. The 30 seconds does make sense because, well, Raheem, I got you. I could put you onto the service that I use. Hit me up behind the scenes. So basically, 30 seconds. If I don't like your song in 30 seconds, then your song is just not good to promote or even curate, right? So they'll send me 25 songs, like today, 25 songs. Out of the 25 songs that I heard that would label submitted, I liked about 20. And I created a playlist for these songs. Now, it's not just listen to the song and say it's hot, thumbs up. No, they have like a little template you got to fill out. Like, okay, but from a scale from 1 to 10, what is the replayability of the song? So I'm like, okay, it's like an 8. The next question, okay, let's talk about the artist. How was the vocals? Was it crisp? Was it clear? How was the production? How was this? So if you're going to be a legitimate A&R curator, this is what you have to do daily in order to get paid. So I will definitely say that a lot of artists are stepping up their game, but you know, it's refreshing to find songs and see the same songs keep coming past my desk because I'm like, this artist is really pushing this song, you know, and I think that an artist should have 2 good songs, like ready to go type shit, video, everything, you know, and then go right into the PR work. I don't believe in any other way of doing it, but this is why I say a lot of artists are failing because they every week you're putting out some heat. That's great. But if nothing is sticking, then it's not heat.
Mm-hmm. It's only heat to you and your 15 to 20 friends.
Yeah, and your friends that big you up. But that is also part of, you know, again, one of the things I'm hoping to begin in September is a music video countdown show because, you know, I'm at the point in my podcasting life where I'm just like, fuck the songs. I want to see videos too. I want to see the visuals and hear the song.
Mm-hmm.
And if artists, you know, there's a lot of, I guess there's some parts or times where people feel like the video is better than the song or the song is better than video. But if we don't have shows that are specifically created for artists to like, forget the submission shit. You know, I'm done with submissions. I'm the one that's searching for shit. So it's going to be like if I find a video that I think is hot, the song is hot, and I'm like, hey, I found this. What do y'all think? If y'all think it's hot, it stays. If y'all don't think it's hot, it goes. And then that's how we build it up. But this is going to have to take consistency. And this is going to have to take a type of situation where I believe MTV would probably step in and say, hey, Minx, remember that chick, Amanda?
Was it Ananda Lewis?
Ananda Lewis, yeah.
That bitch.
But yeah, what do you think about Richie shit?
What about Nicole Richie?
What is
I'm sorry. Yeah, what happened? I didn't mean to say it like that, but what about her? Like last I saw, she was a fake DJ. Now. Oh my gosh, no.
Lord. Stay Fleets.
No.
I gotta.
Why would you tell us that? What?
Nah, I gotta.
Why would you tell us that?
He said she's rapping about fruits.
Fruits?
Because I had to tell you.
Fruits? Like apples, oranges, bananas, fruits?
Cucumbers. Oh yeah, that's not a fruit.
It is. Oh my God. Tomatoes are fruit.
Or is it?
That's what they say, but it's a damn vegetable. I've never eaten a tomato in the fruit salad before. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Nicole Richie is already a fake. Is it Nicole or is it no? It's Paris Hilton. I'm sorry, I was about to put down Nicole. Her homegirl, Paris, is a fake ass DJ. But Nicole, why are you rapping about fruits?
I would love to know. But also, I want to give a quick shout out to, even though he will never see this, NLE Chopper.
Choppa.
You know what?
Yeah,
I don't know any of his songs.
I don't
Um,
either, but apparently he had said something that got him blocked on Twitter for a day.
yes,
It must have been some deep shit. Uh that
not
that woke
really.
that
What
woke shit.
what he said was that melanated people, because I don't follow. I started follow him after he started saying some woke shit. And then people was like, these chicks, these older women were like, oh my God, he is fucking sexy. And you have dudes saying, but he's 17, you fucking nasty bitch.
Ew.
I mean, honestly, I didn't know he was 17, but I wasn't looking at him like that. But anyway, um, so basically what he said was some woke shit. And all he said was that black people, melanated people, when we wear sunscreen, we are blocking, obviously, how can I put this without getting kicked off of here? We are blocking our blessings of what the universe has put and bestowed on us as melanated people with our third eye and our chakras. So when you wear sunscreen, you're apparently blocking all those elements from allowing your third eye to open and be able to release those energies. And I kind of understand what he means, but
And they blocked him on Twitter for one day for that.
you cannot tell people to not wear sunscreen. That's why he got blocked. Sunscreen, I get it. Um, for some reason, black people really do not believe that we can get skin cancer. Um, oh, we have a comment over at what is this? Periscope. They
Yeah,
said he man, I'm gonna say 1980s because I can't read that.
yeah, it's
Um,
kind of small.
So he says, this is what he says, but this is the thing. You had a lot of black people that were fighting with each other in the comments while he just sat in his glory. Um, Basically, they were like, black people have to wear sunscreen because, it has the SPF, we can be frying ourselves from the insides. But then you have other black people who are the hoteps that were saying that, okay, but our skin is designed to take that hit. Our melanin is designed to take that hit. We are sun people. We are solar people. So Twitter pretty much said, you have misled the public. You're telling people not to use sunscreen when they need to use sunscreen. And we're going to put you on timeout for 24 hours.
Have you ever used sunscreen?
I use sunscreen, yes.
Does it?
I just use it because it smells like the beach.
Okay. Okay. Does your sunscreen kind of sort of accelerate the cooking process?
What makes me feel like I'm frying from the insides?
Yes.
Yes. My tattoos get all bubbly. Like this tattoo here, it becomes so bubbly that it
Ew.
begins to itch. And then my
Ew.
skin begins to
Okay,
peel.
you making me itch saying that your tattoos get bubbly. I don't ever want to hear you talk about your bubbly tattoos. Ew.
But shout out to Jackie Rose. Jackie Rose is the person that actually made my jewelry. She actually does handmade jewelry, organite, that kind of jewelry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those jewels.
Those jewels. So she told me that with black people of color, you have certain tattoo artists that either they get cheap ink or they try to mix it, to save their money, their bread, or they go too deep, you know. So every time you go out into the sun is reminding you that, this person, did not, tattoo correctly for your type of skin. Like black people, we have different types of skin. So we can't use the same tattoo shit that
Mm-hmm.
other people that are of fairer complexions can use. So when you are black, they have to really get in to make that ink stay in. And this is why we start breaking out. We start having allergic reactions to the ink. And, this is why they said, the sun is our best friend. It is our best friend. We need, what is it? We need the vitamin D.
Yeah. When I was in Florida, I had my sleeves because I don't own any sleeveless shirts. But so I pulled my sleeves up, and apparently my tattoo, it didn't bubble, it didn't itch, it didn't do anything. So whoever did my job, I forgot where I got this from. Somewhere around here, I think. But yeah, it didn't bubble or itch or anything. So
Yeah, that's why I said, like, for some reason with my body, I have like my body rejects everything. Everything. I had my ears pierced, rejected. I had my tongue pierced, rejected. Tattoos, my body's like, nah. So I got to the point in my life, um, obviously at first I thought I was diabetic because of the fact that I was never healing properly. But no, it's just because my body is very stubborn, and yeah, that's why I have the kid.
the kid.
Yeah, because I used to say that, that one of the things that a lot of women are ashamed of asking their gynecologist, which is, am I allergic to latex? And the gynecologists always say something like, oh, well, if you don't want to have any more kids, look, y'all need to stop with this depo shit. Okay. Y'all need to stop with all of this stuff that messes up your cycle. You know, just it's either that or just abstain. That's how my mentality is. Just abstain or figure out your calendar. Okay, these are safe days, these are not so safe days, and then you'll be Gucci. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of our bodies cannot take some of these man-made materials.
I had a friend who was on a depot shot, and while she wasn't like uber skinny, but she wasn't very big either. If I had to make a guess, she was maybe your build, boobs a little bigger. She had
So she was
taken,
shaped like a box.
you know what?
I have no frame.
So anyway, so she comes to us. I hadn't seen her in a while, and she comes up, and all of a sudden, her boobs are like out to here. She's gained some weight, and she said, "It's this depot shot made me gain weight." And da 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 da. I said, "I had no idea." Okay, cross that on some shit that I will not be taking. Thank you
Nah,
very
that shit's
much.
dangerous. That shit is dangerous. I had such an allergic reaction to the shit. I just can't eat. I can't have that either.
Those implants in your arms. I had a
Mm.
friend who said she had the implants on her arms, so she caught an infection. They had to take it out.
Yeah, because it wasn't. This stuff is not meant for us. Like the way I look at it, you ain't trying to get pregnant, right? Or if you have enough kids, or you don't have any kids, you don't want any kids. It's either you're gonna have to tell homie, look, we're gonna have to figure out this calendar, the rhythm method, and you better learn how to pull out, or just don't have sex. Because when you start getting older and you start realizing that these types of drugs, and this is what these are, chemicals. These are chemicals. So I remember when I had Depo shot, I was 16. I wasn't even smashing. I was still a virgin, I think. And all the girls were doing it. So when I had my first checkup, they said, you have an option. Man, listen, I had to be psyched.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. It was implants. It was implants in the arms. There were implants, not breast implants. No, 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 no.
no,
It
these
was
are, it's like
it
the
was like a little
implant
microchip.
they put in, so every month or so that it puts out the chemicals so that you don't get pregnant, in that time. But
It was supposed to last what, 6 months?
yeah, and then you got to get it replaced. But
That's
when
too
I was
much.
when I was young and I had it, I had to be psyched because when it used to get towards the end of that third month or close to the end of that third month, I would get into these crying fits and I didn't know why. So I had a friend that was conscious and she says, well, Minx, I mean, think about it. You're taking a chemical that's trying to stop your monthly. And what happens is that chemical, they become imbalanced. So you're crying and shit, not because you sad or because you want to eat some chocolates, because your friend is supposed to be here, but you chemically
That's
stop
that's
that.
that hormonal imbalance.
Right. And I was jacked up. And I felt suicidal. I was thinking about like crazy shit. Like I would just be chilling. I'm like looking at my sister and be like, what would happen if I just take this knife? Why
Oh
am I
shit.
thinking this? Why am I thinking this? I'm like,
Oh my gosh. There should be no reason why you. Oh my gosh.
I'm like
See,
at the bus stop. What would happen if I just pushed this lady because she looked at me funny? And I'm like, the demons again. the demons again. So yeah, they had to take me off of that shit.
You see, men. You see what we go through, men. This is why I have my friend. I call her Eve because she's evil
As fuck.
as hell. Like we go through so much, men. Y'all have no idea. And the first thing y'all want to say is, "Bitch, why are you so emotional? Don't you know that I can kill you and get rid of your body and nobody will ever fucking know?"
Or you'll get away with it because it's considered a hormonal imbalance.
You know what I'm saying? Insanity plea. I'm not guilty, Your Honor. This isn't a hormonal imbalance. This is chemical induced. I'm out my body. I'm out my mind. He pushed me to it, and here we are. Shout out to Leonard. What's up, Leonard?
That reminds me of that episode of Law and Order.
Oh shit.
There was an episode of Law and Order SVU where this chick killed her mom
Mm-hmm.
and tried, and I was like, first of all, I was pissed off with Olivia because I'm like,
Leonard.
See y'all, Kelly.
See, here you, Leonard. We just got through talking about hormonal imbalances in women and why y'all feel y'all need to call us emotional. Y'all don't have to go through none of the stuff that we go through every month. And Minx was talking about killing some old lady because she looked at her funny.
And I blamed the depot shot. No, but in this episode of Law and Order, and like I said, I was pissed off with Olivia because I felt like she really went in for no fucking reason. But she's a detective, she detected.
She tried. She tried. Yeah.
So what happened was that the girl killed her mom. She tried to blame it on her monthly. And they were going to run with that. They were going to say, you know what, but then Olivia was like, very smart bitch. She says, she visits the girl at the house to check on her and stuff. And then she goes and, they play the sinister music and she looks and she sees the bottle of medicine and she goes and she tells that, Dr. Wong, right? So she's like, I don't think she was taking her medicine at that time when she did it. So she knew what would happen if she didn't take that medicine and she killed her mom. She knew what she was doing. And this bitch was found guilty.
You just had to find that bottle. Damn it, Olivia.
It was always Olivia, man. Never Stabler.
That's why she's captain.
Yeah, I don't like the new ones.
They are all right. They're becoming, of course, Law and Order has always been that show that was like real predictive, but they're making it too easy. They're making it too easy.
There was only one episode that I would say in Law and Order SVU that had me on the edge of my seat, and that was a primetime one on Channel 4. And I think what was it when Olivia had to go to prison? Remember when it was
yeah.
Yeah, when they was trying to catch that guard that was raping all the chicks, and she had to go in as a prisoner, and they had to get her ready for it. And the whole time, like when the guy got her in the basement, I was like, "Oh my God, she Olivia's biggest fear."
See, you know what? Law and Order has gotten, like you said, it's gotten too predictive. But they are bringing Stabler back though for a few episodes. I don't know when, but I'm happy.
Stay Fleet says that's why my mom, she tried to rob a bank and they said it was the meds. I said she set it off.
Oh.
Stay Fleets. Yo, if Stay Fleets is this funny, I bet you that podcast is lit.
Oh
I can't wait to hear it now. Sneezy says, toot that ass up.
Guard!
She's sitting there waiting for what's his face? For Finn. Finn is fucked up.
Yo, Finn a smart ass. I know sometimes Ice-T want to say, well, no shit in the middle of a script, but he can't say that.
Yeah, he can't. No, he can't. Well, how do you go from New York Undercover to being literally New York Undercover?
You know what I'm saying? I hated that episode he was in, by the way. I was so happy his ass got killed. I remember that shit. He shot JC in the middle of a fucking alley and all that. And he shot the girlfriend. Oh my God. That was sad. I cried.
Oh yeah.
He called himself delivering tell him some flowers for Sandy Gill. I'll just put them over here. Then took out the Uzi and blew our ass up while old boy in the shower, butt ass, getting
See,
ready for
we'll
work.
never get shows like this anymore. This is
We'll
why
never get that again.
I kind of rely on Canadian television now because I'm like, United States is only fixated on reality TV, and I just don't find entertainment in that.
And even still, they got reruns of uh let's see, they got all the reruns of Blue Bloods, which I kind of like. I
I like
started
Blue
watching it.
Bloods. I
Yeah,
like Blue
Blue Bloods was
Bloods.
all right.
I've seen every
Um,
episode. The only thing I can't stand, I cannot stand the fact that this bitch is with my man. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, he was supposed to be by himself.
okay.
The new, that what's her fucking name? Freddie? Oh, I forgot what her name is. The partner.
Which one? Jamie or Danny?
Yes, Jamie's partner. Yes,
Oh.
that whole love shit. You,
She what she said with her hands, that little love, that little love shit, that
Look,
bullshit over there.
this is what I hate about shows in general. Okay. They get into about season 3, season 4, and they start doing this love interest shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jamie.
And it all starts off with a cup of coffee in the patrol car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie needed to stay by himself. His life was not right. Okay. His life was not ready for this bitch. Okay. It just wasn't ready. You knew it was going to happen because they're partners and he'd be all googly eyed and shit. And then, subtly jealous because she's dating and shit. I'm like, yeah, they're going to wind up fucking. That's the next thing.
And then, of course, in all cop shows, one got to they got to go.
Right.
Conflict of interest. Shit's getting too personal. You putting your personal over your job, that whole bit.
Yeah. And Frank, Raheem, I got to see that. He says he just got into watching How to Get Away with Murder.
They got that on Netflix, and I'm going to get started on that myself.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, Mans. I'm going to call you Mans.
I'm going to call you 1980s.
So we all just going to mess this up.
I can't see it.
Thanks for tuning in with us. And I think he was first-time viewer. Thank you, first-time viewer.
Right.
Yeah, but Horatio could never have a love interest.
No.
Because, of course, they will have to split the opening credits. The little catchy-ass line in the beginning of every show.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he'll say something slick. He'll say something clever, which usually kicks off the show. But then she's got to come back, do her own shit.
Look, we need more. This is what these are my proposals. I'm still mad about the Boondocks. We just leave the Boondocks alone. Just let it go. I think a lot of people, the problem is that we enjoy these shows so much that, when they try to play around with reboots and things like that, I'm like, some shows just need to be left alone.
I agree.
And we don't need another Boondocks. The Boondocks is the Boondocks, and that's it. Rick and Morty canceled. I can't watch Rick and Morty anymore, especially after that video that was circulating around. Even though it was a gag, it's still, I don't think there's any type of joke on the planet that I would ever find funny about a man emulating raping a baby. So I can't. That's forever cancellation for me. So sorry for Rick and Morty. Adult Swim, has changed significantly as well. I think that they're pushing the envelope a little bit too much.
Yeah, they're past edgy at this point.
Yeah, they're way too, So that's why I feel like I've been paying for Netflix for the past 4 months. Watched it.
The hell you wasting your money for?
I don't know.
It's a lot of good shit on there though, Max, for real. Music, documentaries, everything.
I haven't watched. The last time I watched Netflix was when I wanted to see the Fire Festival with the Ja Rule thing.
think that's
Um,
still on there too. I hadn't
yeah,
seen it.
but it's like I've gotten to a point in my life which I feel very fearful of, that I can't watch TV. I can't watch TV. Like Gino will watch TV, Gina will watch TV, but I can't watch television because when I just don't have the capacity to stay focused on what's on the TV, because my mind is saying, "Oh my God, that's so fake. Oh my God, do you see this? Oh my God, do people really fucking believe this shit?" And it's like I can't get into it. Like,
You can't enjoy it like you're supposed to because you have been woke and your third eye's been open and you've just seen the other side of things.
I've been red
So
pilled.
so everything else that comes to you, you're not willing to. I mean, of course, you're not going to accept what's on TV at face value, but I mean, TV is just an entertainment vessel, and I
I
hate the word distraction, but it is a distraction tactic because who the hell wants to sit here and worry about the impending doom of whatever's about to happen and this, that, and the third? Kids would rather watch cartoons than have to worry about an asteroid crashing to the earth. That's kind of morbid to have to sit there and worry about. For me, actually, I use TV sometimes to escape. And it's all it is, an escape. I will sit here and watch the Golden Girls if it was on marathon right now. That's my shit. I love Golden Girls.
I feel like I feel like my innocence in my way of thinking was stolen, and I used to like the last shows. Like I'm not gonna say I don't watch TV at all. Like I did watch all of Power. I did watch all of Sons of Anarchy.
I think I skipped a season or two of Power because niggas on Facebook kept talking about the shit and they kept spoiling it, and I hated that.
I hated watching Power because it's almost like, people tried to make you feel like you were poor because, you don't have stars, right? So you just like, you watch it when you watch it, and people would say, "Oh, so I'm not supposed to talk about the show because you didn't see it." No, I'm just like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, let me know your phone number because I'm about to delete you from my page.
Right, because I muted ton. When they had that mute button pop up, yeah. So how about Tommy mute? Yeah. So when Ghost mute, yeah, Tyreek mute, yeah. Well, Tasha mute, mute,
See, but this is the thing.
On time,
TV was fun. I don't know if you remember this app. There was this crazy app they had years ago. This is back in 2009, and basically, instead of having to go on Facebook and go on Twitter and be live tweeting about what you see on your screen, which is an engagement booster, by the way, there was an app where you could literally sit and watch a show, and everybody that's watching the same show would be able to write in this app, and it's like they were sitting on the couch next to you type shit. I forgot the name of it, but they need to bring that shit back because that would solve a lot of problems. You want to sit and talk about a show because you could watch the show, but you would be live. No, not Tiny Chat. Tiny Chat still exists too. That's the thing that's crazy. I saw it the other day. I forgot what it was. I got to check because I had it on my Psychic. That I do remember. But you would be able to talk about, like, you could put up polls, you could do this and that. Like, did you like, this episode or whatever? And your friends would have to reply or whatever the case may be. But it was very like,
kind of like a watch party of sorts.
This was the first ever watch party, but you started out your account with selecting your favorite shows, and then they connected you with people with their algorithm that also shared the same like. So if I'm sitting there watching Friends, I know that I'm going to go at 7:00 to watch Friends on my TV, but I'm going to go into the Friends channel. So now everybody, hey, you guys remember this episode when Chandler got fucked up and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's just sitting there laughing and we're talking about this episode.
And it's just you guys, and it's not you and 800 Facebook friends who have never seen an episode of Friends. What the fuck is Mix talking about? Who's Chandler? Who are these people? Like, come on now.
I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it because they did the same thing Yeah, Raheem, I do watch Friends,
Yeah,
or
she
did
was.
watch
Yeah,
Friends.
she's one of those people. Uh,
I wish I'm one of the what do they call what did somebody say? This chick said to me on YouTube, "You're a fake black." I'm like, "A fake black? Please tell me what a
oh,
fake black is." She says,
ouch,
"You
ouch.
you are a fake black. You are not a real black person. You just have black skin."
Mhm. What kind of shit is that to say to somebody?
Yo, people are ruthless. No, but it was funny
Fake black.
because I liked Friends, and I guess it's because I didn't have friends, so these were like my friends.
Huh.
I sure hope that Phoebe's grandmother does survive this.
Phoebe. Does anybody today know anybody named fucking Phoebe?
Never.
I've never met anybody named Phoebe. Who came up with the name Phoebe? When I was little, no bullshit. I pronounced it Phoebe. Like I didn't know. I'm sorry. To all the Phoebes in the world, I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. Yeah, Phoebe. Anyway, let's jump into this producer poll that we supposed to have done 2 days ago.
Yeah, they're making me laugh over at caffeine.
2 days
If you're
ago,
not
show
black,
comment.
no, he says if you're not black, you don't replace that sip out of your cup. I know. And yes, we did go to bed when Matlock came on.
Matlock Mash.
No, I watched MASH.
See, here in Virginia, and there's only in certain areas. Here's how the lineup went. The typical 1993 4-5 lineup went like this on Fridays. You got TGIF, you had Perfect Strangers, Full House, some other bullshit that came on after Full House, I forgot. Then
Boy Meets World.
that was probably like 96, 95, 96, or something like that. And then after your TGIF, that went off at 11 o'clock. You got your local news, 11:30. I'm Barbara Walters, and I'm Hugh Downs, and this is 2020. That shit came on for a good hour. And then after that, you heard the MASH theme song. It is now time to go to bed.
Right.
And this was when TV will go off the air, and you hear boop from 1 to 4 in the morning.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yes.
And yes, I used to watch Mad TV. I used to watch Saturday Night Live.
That came on like at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 10:30. My bedtime was at 8:45 on a school night. So I didn't watch.
Hey, art lover.
He said what?
He said step by step.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you so very much. See, I know I ain't the only one that remember that.
Let's do this producer poll. They had some sick ass theme songs too.
Yeah. The dude sing with that gravelly voice like he smoked a pack of Newports before he jumped.
This day and age.
And then he started hit the high note knowing damn well he got laryngitis as fuck. And he can't hit that high note. Like you can't say shut the fuck up. Shut up. Stop smoking. It's bad for you.
Well, yeah, I did forget that was Robin Thicke's dad.
Oh, Growing Pains and all that shit. Yeah. Growing Pains.
Good shows. Good shows.
Life Goes On, where it was a mother. She had children. One had Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody remembers Corky. Sometimes they need to go back to the 90s shit. I wish they could.
Designing Women. Remember that shit?
Oh, that's my shit. Dixie Carter was my girl. Yeah, we showing our ages over here.
Doogie Howser.
Doogie! You know, Doogie Howser gave me the false sense that when I turn 14, I can be a doctor. Shit, yeah, right. You could try it.
But then seeing him on that new show, not the new show, but to see him to go over
How
there.
I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
I never seen it.
I'm like, how? I said, this dude was getting all the chicks, but he's gay. Like, what the hell was that shit about?
Hey.
They said Empty Nest. Yes, I remember Empty Nest.
Empty Nest was a spinoff of some other show. I forgot what it was.
Not Charles.
Hell no.
No.
Charles in Charge. Nah.
Yeah, Charles in
I
Charge.
think Empty Nest was a spinoff of the Golden Girls because they also had Golden Palace, which did not last very long.
Yeah, they was back in the day was all about fucking spinoffs. That's why I said we got to go back to that.
We had Cheers, and then after Cheers came Frasier.
The only spinoff I'm not looking for is the Power Book shit. You know, I had enough of Power in that entire shit. I
don't know. I kind of want to see how they carry on with Tariq's storyline, and I just learned that they gave Tommy his own spinoff too. So there's another one after that.
I can't take I love him, Joseph Sikora. I love him, but he just kills me because there's an artist, Miko Coletti, kind of reminds me of Joseph Sikora. You know, he did a little video, and he goes, yeah, that's some real fucking coffee. I'm like, yo, you need to go into acting, bro.
Like, tone it down just a tad bit.
Yeah, Kenny, get at me. You got my number. It's never changed. We going into some new elements and shit, and definitely want you to be part of it. He said I used to watch Happy Days religiously. Raheem.
Happy Days.
Let's do the poll.
Happy Days. You know what? You know what? I'm not even going to judge you because I do watch Laverne and Shirley. Okay. Producer poll time. Over the weekend, I'm going to say Friday afternoon, I think is when I did it. I conducted a producer poll in which I asked how many producers should be on each track. There are no right or wrong answers. I was just taking the temperature, and they gave me some pretty good numbers here. 45% of the poll suggested only 1 to 2 producers max, while 18% said 3 or 4 is good. 37% says it really shouldn't matter. The reason why I asked this was because there was some credits that I had stumbled upon where in one case there were well over 4 or 5 producers on the track. This is why I asked that question. And John said, me and Minx's mutual friend John said depends on the genre. Rap only, because when you do rock music and you collab with different rock artists, I don't think people make that big of a deal. Same with country music. Nobody makes that big of a deal. But when it comes to rap, it seems like you can't have writers, you can't have co-producers, you can't have this, that, third, which is not what we're saying. If you feel you need to have 15 people on one track to write a track, do you. If you feel you need to have 15 producers, do you. I figured I asked that question just to see where people's head was at.
I'm sorry, Raheem. He you know when you read something and then you get like a quick flashback? He wrote, he's a smart guy. And then I heard the theme song in my head.
Smart guy? Okay. You know what? Shut up. But I'll ask you guys the same question. How many producers do you think is a good mix, and how many is too many? How many producers is too many on one track?
I think over 2 is too many.
We say over 2 is too many?
Yeah, because, I mean, it depends. Like, because you got people like Nicki Minaj that considers herself a producer because she executive. I'm like, no, all you did was say, can we just turn that ding to ding? And I think it sounds great. So now you got your production credits.
And see, and so when people don't quite understand what producer credits mean, Minx just gave a perfect example. So that's why sometimes if you ever read liner notes, which they really need to bring back, you will see produced by Minx Couture, 759, Morpheus the producer, this person, because we all contributed something. Minx contributed the loops, I contributed the drums, Morpheus contributed the synth, he contribute this, you contribute that. So to me, honestly, I would say I say 1 to 3. 1 to 3. Three is my max.
State Fleet says different drum patterns or instruments someone may not have.
Right. Right. So you can have there's some things that Minx had that I don't. And there's probably maybe some things that I have that she doesn't. So there's 2 right there. But then suppose we reach out to her dad and say, yo, dad, we were looking for the sound. We don't have the proper, we don't have the right plug-in for it. Do you have something? Of course he does. So now he contributes Omnisphere, whatever, and he does what he does on that. So now that's 3 producers. To me, that's perfect. And then you send it to the engineer to mix. But if you got 5, 10, 15, 20 producers on the track, what are your producers doing?
Art Lover says, do they still do producer credit when streaming take over?
Yes. Spotify just recently added, well, not recently, but I say about maybe 6 months ago, they started adding producer credits and song credits to their tracks. For instance, let me see if I pull one up here.
How you doing, Hayes? We doing good over here. We just talking some music chat, just random talks and stuff.
For instance, let me see. I'm currently playing T.I.'s King back on his album King. You go to song credits, and it tells you performed by T.I., written by Just Blaze, Cliff Harris, J. Smith, R. Davies, produced by Just Blaze. Your sources are Grand Hustle, Atlantic Reservoir, Media Music. So yeah, they started putting all that in there because I think a lot of the people was really wondering who was producing what, who did what, Well,
here's one of the things that I think is very interesting. This would be for a good second poll. So we have situation, right? He's getting these songs stuck in my head.
Raheem, bruh.
He said, everywhere you look.
There's a heart, get along. Everywhere you look. He knows what he doing.
So
when you lost out there and you're all alone.
She got the little I can't with you.
God is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look. They
had the dramatic Anyhow.
Raheem. Pipe down, bro.
He said it ended so hard.
For real. After that last line where you lost out there and you're all alone, the tide is waiting to carry you home everywhere you look. But like, bro.
That was that funk. That funk.
Oh my gosh, Raheem, cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
He gonna have me.
Cut it out.
State Fleet says, you think the guy who made the jingle got paid for every episode that aired? Yeah, that's licensing.
He better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I still remember it after 25 years, damn it, he deserved to get paid.
Yeah, they probably got that shit on actually, they do have TV show theme songs on Spotify.
And on YouTube. I've been looking them up.
Yeah. So here's a good poll. As a producer, if an artist took your beat, or you sent them the beat, they didn't hit you back, there was no traction with it, and they take it, but they give you the credit, are you still mad?
Yeah.
I saw that shit earlier. I think it was earlier this week. This dude was going nuts. Man, this motherfucker, I'm about to get them to... So I was like, well, why are you mad? I mean, I can understand if they took the song and but it's like, he's like, the dude ain't hit me up in months. I ain't heard from this dude.
Oh, I saw that.
You saw it, right? Yeah. So I'm just like, okay, me personally, if you take my beat and you credit me, I don't think I would be mad.
Credit me, but not if you credit me, but there's no splits involved, then yeah, we're gonna have a problem.
No. I mean, what I'm saying is that if they did the credit, you know, they did a split sheet, like they found your shit and they gave you the splits for it, but they didn't tell you, they just took the beat. Would you still be mad?
Well,
Yes, Raheem. Yeah, we did talk about that a couple of weeks ago with Easy E's kids that can't use their father's music.
if you took my beat, you gave me my split, I'm getting the credit, but that's why there are contracts involved. Because just because you took my beat, and I'm thankful that you used it, but I have a contract with that. And my contract speculates certain criteria, certain this, that, and the third. You can't just skip over a contract.
Yeah,
That's not business. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess for someone who's just looking for that, oh my gosh, they used my beat. That's how you're gonna perceive that. Oh my gosh, they used my beat. They're paying me. They gave me a credit. I didn't even ask. We didn't sign no contract. We didn't sign no paperwork. Well,
that's
that's
the
where you
point that I'm
fucked up.
making. Yeah,
That's where
stay
you
fleet.
fucked up.
Stay fleets. Yes, if they did everything, okay, they gave you the credits. They did the publishing and all that stuff. So you chilling and you get an email from BMI or ASCAP and it says you've gotten all that shit. Because I've seen this done. I've seen people like first the artists would be pissed, the producers pissed. This motherfucker didn't hit me, but the song is doing numbers. So I'm like, you can't be that mad if the song is getting traction, if the song is getting numbers and you're getting paid. Is it still wrong that that artist went and took the beat and used it, but gave you all your credits and you're getting paid off of it?
Some producers will put that clause in their contract if it's not used with my permission. I mean, you just took my shit. I mean, it is a catch-22. It's like, okay, you took my shit. You're paying me, but you took my shit.
Right. Raheem, you're right. Because this is what I say, the production game, the artist game, all of this shit I get frustrated with because, for instance, a dude wasted my time the other day, right? I threw up my beat and that's why I hopped on it last night because I was like, fuck you. Now you can't have it. So dude hits me up, tells me he likes this beat. Yo, you advertised it. Did this song that you posted up on Instagram. Yo, that beat is sick. I was like, okay, I was waiting for it. Who made the beat? But he didn't say that. So obviously he knew I made the beat. So he's like, hey, so what do you think about doing? What are you thinking about doing with it? Like, are you going to hop on it? Are you going to sell it? I was like, honestly, I put my beats out there so I could let people know that I make beats and what I can make. I said, why? Are you interested in this song? So he's like, yeah, man. Like, I just like the idea of it. Do you have any contracts? Whatever. I was like, in my mind, I was like, no. But I was like, yeah, I have contracts. I have all of that. What's up? Man, this dude thought that I was dumb. Because everything was, I'm going to get it to you. 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 I'm like, taking way too fucking long to get me what I'm asking you for, right?
Okay.
I asked him for his publishing. I asked him for, what he distribute with, whatever, right? So turns out that this artist, I always say, when you are a producer, you have to check their existing work. I don't care what anybody says. I am not giving my beats or selling beats to artists that are trash. I just personally can't do that. Like, y'all don't give a fuck. There's a lot of producers that don't care. That's why I like to clown y'all on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, you made $50 on a beat today, but you don't know the artist. You're not going to do business with the artist. You guys don't plan on, you're not, engineering the session for them. You just sold the beat. So you don't care about the beat. So I care about my beats. So when people come to me and they're telling me they want to do a project on my shit, and I'm like, yo, I mean, yeah, you like this beat? I can make you a beat that's like it. No, I want to use that one. Okay, but then you playing all these fucking games just so you can get the file and do your thing and then credit me. I can't do that. This is why I don't like selling beats. This, like, Selling beats gives me so much anxiety. It makes me sick to my stomach. I feel like I'm auctioning off
Or
my child.
or what what a lot of people do is, for instance, if I'm an artist and I see Minx threw up a beat and I say, "Yo, that joint nice," the same shit that the same shit he gave her, and she decides to sell it to me, files and all. I'll take that shit, give it to another producer. Yo, could you recreate this? But could you take that kick and do this instead of just asking Minx? Hey, okay, well, if I buy it from you, can you alter a few things? Since this is an exclusive thing, can you alter a few things? And Minx can either tell me, yeah or no. But to buy something or to take something from another producer, to have another producer recreate it when you could have just worked with this one, that
Yeah,
that that's taking food off the table. That's a potential sale that I could have ate with.
but the thing is too is that I always say, and people get mad when I say that I don't do music for money, right? I feel
Mm-hmm.
like when people say that, people be like, "Yeah, all right. If somebody came to you with 10 grand, you ain't gonna be saying that shit." Like, look, I did not get into music like other people did. I grew up in this. It's in my blood. I feel it differently than other artists do. That's why when I talk to some artists and I'm like, well, what did what was your reason for doing music? Yo, I want to buy my mom a house. Okay, we can't fuck with you then. Hold on. They said when Bobby Schmurder, Stay Fleet says when Bobby Schmurder took, was it, how do you say this dude's name? Jaleel? Is it Jaleel?
Yeah,
Jahil?
Jaleel Beats. Jaleel
Okay,
Beats.
how the fuck does it sound like Jungle Beats? Why does it sound
It
like that?
do.
Anyway,
It do.
but Bobby Schmurder ran that song and he got tight, but it did numbers.
It's still doing.
Right, still doing numbers. They said, what about random beats of mixtapes that are just out in the open? That's true. Raheem says, I'm on my Max B shit. We all are. We all free
Well,
Max B.
well, anybody that is, see, the music industry is not honest, so you can't expect anyone to take a mixtape, listen to back in the day before BeatStars and all these other stores, you had SoundClick, and you had people who would take beats off SoundClick and make a CD. Unfortunately, the music business is not uh it's not honest at all. So you would never expect someone to, oh, this is a Johnny Giuliano beat. Let me reach out to Johnny Giuliano. No, they're going to take the beat and use it on the hopes that he don't find out that they used it.
Right.
And a mutual friend of ours, Minx, who just started getting her placements, she says, why is it now that everybody's tagging me to songs that they did with my beats? Now that I'm getting placements, they're tagging me to songs that they did to my beats. And someone had commented, because now that you're blowing up, now they can say, yeah, I have a beat by such and such producer, just for clout.
That's lame.
Just for clout.
Well, the thing is that, and this is why I say, I don't want to, I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but how the fuck do you not know who has your beats? I mean, this is just me.
When you put them on BeatStars and you give them the option to free download, yeah.
No, this is
you would never know. You would never know.
Never be me, because you and I are both. I hate to keep saying old school, but I look at it look at this as a music etiquette. Okay, I know that we are in quarantine. I know that people have their way of doing shit. Again, I'm not throwing any shade on nobody, but when an artist wanted a beat from me, they had to come to my studio. They had to sit down as we went through the catalog. They'll be like, it was almost like they, we're at a store. Okay, hold that one. I like this one, but put that to the side too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we would sit and I would bring up the session file.
Mm-hmm.
So while they're sitting, and mind you, they're coming to the studio with just their pen and paper. As y'all see, I was writing my verse last night. So I'm old school. I don't do phones. I don't write verses in phones. Okay. Thank you to Real Derek. So what we would do is at that time, we in the studio, the artists is, they take out their phone, they take out their pen and paper, and we start, okay, look, all right, so Minx, what I'm going to do is as soon as we get to this part, I'm going to need you to like fade out that kick. I'm like, okay, cool. So now we're working on this shit together.
And now it's an exclusive beat.
Yeah, now it's exclusive. This is what I'm saying. Like this whole idea of producers. I don't really think a lot of people are real fucking producers. Y'all just make beats. You know what I'm saying? Producer is what a person does to sit down and ensure that an artist's entire fucking project is decent. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like my cousin Darius, D Blaze, shout out to him. When his artists, and I say producers had artists. This is what aggravates me. Producers, y'all sit there, worry about your beat stores. You're worried about the fact that you sold a beat for $15. That's great. But you don't have artists. I was 19 years old and I had 7 artists that I was producing for, but these were my artists. Producers were the ones that had the labels. We had the labels. So the problem with this whole business is that listen to projects, right? I'd be like, yo, this motherfucker used like 8 different producers. So the whole project doesn't sound in symmetry. Mm-hmm. It doesn't sound in symmetry. So it's like, you can tell, like, let's say Justin Timberlake, you listen to Justified. He only used 2 producers. That was the Neptunes and it was Timbaland. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you're listening to the project, it flows in symmetry because the Neptunes and Timbaland said, okay, so here's what we're going to do. When we do Take Me Now, we're going to have Janet, we're going to have her do like the ad libs. So what I'm going to need you to do is that, Timbaland, you're going to have to do your signature change up. You know what I'm saying? So when you do the signature change, so they sat and they built this song as a team. Mm-hmm. And the problem is that you producers, I'm going to put that in big ass quotes.
Big ass quotes.
Y'all are not building projects. That's why I don't understand why producers, I'm like, when they write this shit, well, I had an artist send me the song that they did on my beat. You don't know the artist? You don't know the artist's name? That's like having a kid and just say, here, take the kid. Let me know let me know if it grows up. Let me know if it becomes a pro athlete. Let me know if it becomes a bum. It's just like you guys don't care about what the fuck y'all are doing. And this is why I'm very passionate. Clearly, y'all can hear that I'm passionate with what I do musically. That's why when these producers come at, oh, you use GarageBand? Yeah, I use GarageBand.
It's a DAW, isn't it?
It's a DAW. I use GarageBand. You got people, there's a lo-fi producer, right, on Byte, and to tag you in them. I would literally, I'm on Byte. Byte is what Vine used to be, guys. So I'm on Byte and I'm scrolling, and this dude, he makes lo-fi beats. And these beats, I'm literally like cooking breakfast, and me and Gina in the kitchen, and I'm like, okay, is this what you do? You say, look, I'm beautiful. I'm a little girl. I'm beautiful. I'm a little girl. And she's knocking to this beat. I go and I look. Do you know what he's making his beats on? A pocket organizer.
Are you serious?
I kid you. I was YouTubing this. I had to YouTube it. He said, can you freestyle spit it 16 real quick?
Wow, this is crazy.
They have a pocket organizer. This dude is making hot ass beats on this shit. And I'm sitting there on YouTube. I'm like, well, how the fuck do you make the beats? And he's like, oh, so all you do is you just move this little knob here, and you tap this BPM here, and then you click this. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? This is like a toy.
Yeah, I've been seeing those.
$45 on eBay, by the way.
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
And his beats.
It kind of looks like if you
like
took
a calculator.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like a calculator.
Yeah, it looks like it looks like if you took the face off of a calculator.
And then you take the keys off.
Yeah, and it just got pads. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I've seen
But
them.
this guy's beats, he does lo-fi, and he kind of does like a little sampling as well. And then when he posted up like him sitting in his chair and he's like playing the beat and he shows the shit, I said, what in the fuck is that? That looks like a damn gigapet.
That's exactly what the buttons remind me of, a Gigapet or a Tamagotchi.
I was like, this dude. So I had to follow him. He does have an Instagram. He does have an Instagram page. His page is called, no, this chick had me dying. So he goes by the name of Lightfoot Beats. And he uses this and he is making amazing beats. On this machine. Now y'all thought I was gonna go, but I wasn't.
Hey yo. No.
Hey.
Oh, I see this thing you're talking about.
3 into the 4. Get up on the floor. Pour it up some more. I got my little coffee. Unicorn some more.
Wow.
So yeah, Lightfoot Beats. Y'all need to check out his beats. And he don't sell his beats, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen that. It looks like a little toy.
It looks like a toy. And he's pumping out that type of shit. That type of shit. So I went to hit him up because I was like, yo, you kind of make beats that are like my style.
Wait. I have a question. He wears the same pair of pants in every upload. What's up with this? Oh, he got on a pair of shorts on that one.
Because he's in quarantine. Like, he's really taking his quarantine shit serious.
Bro, change your pants. Change your drawers. Switch it up.
But his beats is sick.
Yeah, I do like that.
His beats is sick. Pocket operator, guys.
I just followed
That's
him.
what he is using. He is using this little device here. It's a pocket operator, and he's making beats like this. I'm like, yo, this dude is fucking
I like that.
So I was like, yeah, I'm trying to get at him. Yo. So shout out to Lightfoot Beats.
I like that.
And you see the machine going when the beat is going.
I don't know who created that little piece of instrument right there, but they made a killing.
But originally this was for kids to just like build just melodies. But this dude is making full beats on this shit.
Oh yeah.
So I be coming across, like I be using like for the loops and shit. Like I don't know if you guys use Byte, but Byte is what's gonna be where all the TikTokers is gonna run to. But yeah, he's very talented. He's a very talented.
Listen to this shit real quick. This is a tweet that I just ran across. It was posted like this morning. Someone put up a screenshot and it says, I used one of your free download samples on your YouTube channel. You five, bro. See, there's that bullshit. I usually charge for collabs though. Mine throwing me $50 and I upload it later. Bitch, what?
Yo, people are bold.
Are you serious? You download my free shit. You're charging me for you to use my free shit. Okay. Nope. You got the game fucked up.
I'm going to just say this as a quick rant before we leave.
Ooh, we got a mixed rant.
A lot of y'all artists are not in the position.
Oh, you never seen this?
This is my first time.
There we go. That's been sitting there for weeks. I've been dying to use this.
She's just spitting everything coming out this angry emoji's mouth.
Oh goodness.
So here we go. So this is my thoughts. A lot of y'all are not in the position to be charging anything You need to humble yourselves and you need to build your name. You know, I know that it's easy money to make off of a verse and shit, but if only 5 people can vouch for you, how do you come out of your face trying to charge people for anything? You know, yes, the real Derek says if you don't have BMI or ASCAP, we can't work. Unfortunately, this is the mentality that we have to have because we don't get compensated based off of the songs that we do. We get compensated based off of our time. So if I am spending 2, 3, 4, 5 hours working on a track and you don't even have your publishing, you know, that's a problem for me because I'm a person that is organized and I have all of my credentials in order. So I really think that artists, even producers too, you cannot expect money for every little thing. There, you have to do things, giveaways, you know, help other artists, educate them if you can. But you can't just flat out come out talking about, oh, I charge $150. See, I'm at the level where I can charge $150 for features. And I say 150 because y'all know I don't like charging people for shit. But I have reached that level when I can actually charge people for my time. So y'all have to stop looking at it on a basis that, you know, is your time valuable? Everybody's time is valuable. That's why it's precious and we're losing a lot of it each day. But if you're an artist that's just starting out or you've been in the game for less than 5 years, if you get into your second year and you actually hot, you got people vouching for you, you hopping on mixtapes, you're on mad playlists, you got a fan base, then come out your face with your hand out. Exactly, art lover. You need a catalog. All right. Some of y'all just have maybe one song uploaded, but your SoundCloud is lit. If you are not putting yourself out there, you should not be putting your hand down and asking for shit. You shouldn't be doing it. Build up your PR. Get on blogs. Get on podcasts. Build your name up. Okay? This is what you have to do. Now, if you're going to take somebody's shit and then charge them to hop on it, you have some grotesque balls to do that. Because producers, we sit up at night when we could be spending time with our families, when we could be sitting here working on our own selves, maybe building our own webinar courses to teach production to new producers. You're coming and taking our work, copying our work, stealing our work, and then getting mad when we tell you that you can't use our work. You guys act entitled as fuck. Also, side note, if a producer gives you a beat and you say you don't know when you're going to get it done, give it back. It's not fair to the producer that we give you beats and y'all don't do shit with it, which is a smack in the face when we're sitting here waiting for the fucking files to mix and you're dropping all these other songs from people that you bought beats from when we gave you beats. And yes, the real Derek, I hate that shit too. People sit on beats and they really think that, you know, we can just like cut ourselves and bleed it out and say, here's more. Take more from me. Bottom line is, stop being entitled. Okay? Stop acting Hollywood. Humbleness gets you a very long way. Treating people with respect gets you a very long way because at the end of the day, we talk about you guys. We are in the DMs. Hey, you heard about this artist, Little Trash Can? Nah, don't fuck with Little Trash Can, man. That dude don't pay for his beats. And then you can be messing up your own career because of all of us that are always consistently talking to each other. So that's my rant for today. Be humble. Be courteous. Be nice. Stop asking for money for every little fucking thing. If you think you are worth $150, you better be able to double that with promo. Period. That's my rant.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Mix's rant.
Why does that shit remind me of Peter Griffin?
Let me tell you what grinds my gears.
You know, it grinds my gears. These fucking artists. You know?
No, but you are 100% on the money. You have these artists who have only been out for a year and some change. Like you say, they don't have catalogs. They haven't been doing many shows. The few shows they have done, nobody was really rocking with it because, 10, 15 people in the room and everybody's like on their phones. Uh,
Or waiting for their turn to get onto the stage.
right. Like,
Performing in front. That's why I say performing in front of other artists is the same.
that's
shit
all it
that I'm
was. Like, stop expecting your producers or producers that you know. Stop expecting us to go above and beyond when you can't do the fucking bare minimum.
Yeah.
I've been shit on. Like, if there was a literal term, I have been shit on. I have been shit on. Like, bro, like I was expected to keep cranking out free beats. And I'm sure there's some in this person's mailbox right now that she probably has no intention on using. Or if she's going to use them, she's going to try to find a way to fucking use them. And I won't know. But trust me, I'm not stupid. I know it's mine.
And then you're the bad guy because you gave the beat away. Your beat that you gave.
I'm not even that, but I'm the bad guy because I didn't send a folder of like 40 beats. Are you nuts?
40 beats.
Who
Send me
the
$40.
Well, I'm that part. So I'm just saying, like, if you want me to, if you say, yo, send me beats. Now, Minx knows, my work schedule could be a little, And then, too, sometimes people, y'all got to understand, sometimes us producers, we don't feel like being creative. We have block. We have, some people have anxiety. Some people have depressions. Some people have life shit that they have to do. Some people have to decompress. Sometimes, especially with me, I get involved with too much, too fast, and I burn out really, really quick to the point where I don't feel like doing anything. And I should be able to have that time to myself. And the last thing I need is for anybody to get shitty with me because I'm tired of people because they don't move when I say move because I'm trying to record. And bitch, ain't nobody performing. There's nothing going on right now. You can't do anything right now in your situation. So why are you rushing me? I don't like being rushed. I work on my own pace. So if I'm moving too slow, by all means, you're more than welcome to make your own shit. Good luck with that. But just know your shit will never sound as good as mine. You came to me because I make fire ass beats and because the chemistry with us was that damn good. But now you burnt the bridge because you decided to be a little crybaby and not be on your grown man, grown woman and address me on some shit that happened last year that could have been addressed when I sent the mix.
And then they take it to social media without talking to you first.
I hate that shit. Like, that is the most baby ass shit. If you're over the age of 18, stop it. I am almost 40 years old. The last thing I need to do is argue with anybody over a fucking beat.
Right.
And especially if it's free and I gave it to you, you goddamn right I'm going to sing on the shit. You know why? Because it's my, like Joe Budden said, ownership. It's my shit. So if I want to sing on the hook, you're goddamn right I'm going to sing on the hook. When I send you the mix, if it didn't sound right, all you had to say was, hey, yo, let me try to sing the hook. I got a different way I can do that. Would have been no.
Stay Fleece says, burnt the bridge and the boat, you got to get back like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
Man, the boat, fuck the boat. Fuck the boat. The boat is nothing but popsicle sticks at this point. You burnt the boat too. You're going to drown.
What about Wilson? No,
fuck
Wilson too.
Fuck Wilson. Wilson's deflated. He's done too. The whole thing is done. There's no Wilson. There's no boat. Gilligan took 5 years to get off the island, okay? He had all the materials, could not get the fuck off the island. I'm telling you, I never understood how they made that show work for 5 seasons, but it did. All I'm saying is, y'all have to understand that producers, this is not our only job. We have other shit that we have to do. So if we can't jump to you when you say jump, don't get mad. Be patient. Like that little shit and subbing people on the internet. I don't go for that. I don't do that. And I will check you and check you and check you until you get the fucking point.
Like, this ain't high school.
I handled my shit with my fists. If it ever got to that point, that's how I carry it. And if need be, I will come to your house. What's good?
Right.
Like, we don't do this back and forth online business. Like, I'm too old for that. You're too old for that. So if you're an artist and you're looking for that producer, be patient, be nice. Hey, is there anything I can help you out with? Especially if we're giving you free shit.
Yeah, no more free shit.
We're giving you, I gave you the free, and I mixed your shit, and I'm your engineer too. And you gonna sit there and jump on internet and do this? Okay. Bridge, your boat, Wilson, fuck all that is done. Good luck. I hope you can swim. And I ain't talking doggy paddle either, bitch. Backstroke your way out of this one. I want to see it. Michael Phelps, my ass. Go ahead, try it.
Oh, I missed what you said, State Fleets, about if I'm charging. I didn't see what you said. I was looking at my phone. Somebody had tagged me on John B's picture when they were trying to get a verses together. And I said, John B don't need no verses because he's not desperate for no streams. And they said, ha ha ha, Minx, you got jokes. I was like, I wasn't joking. I'm dead serious.
Does he have 20 hits though? That's the main question.
Of course he does.
He's got 20 songs. Yeah, we know that.
20 hits?
20 hits.
Don't Talk. They Don't Know. Are You Still Down? Coco Brown.
Yeah, see, exactly. So we're going to go ahead and...
Bad Girl. Shine.
Those are the ones that you know, I'm sure.
Well, honestly, I don't really think, when it comes to him, I don't really think he should even consider doing a verses again. It's not even the matter of the 20 hits. It's the fact that I think that shit is beneath him. Like, what fuck, John?
And I meant to say something about that too at the beginning of the show about this whole versus thing. I don't know if y'all seen that shit, but that looked hella awkward.
Yeah, they didn't look like they liked each other. And then now Monica's being called out for wearing fake threads.
Monica?
Yeah, they're saying, it was trending on Twitter that she had
a Fendi outfit.
They're saying it's fake.
It was offending. Oh, it wasn't Fendi. It was offending. Okay.
Yeah. But
and they said that Brandy was dressed like a Whoopi Goldberg stunt double. I hated that shit. But that damn jacket alone was worth over $1,500. I wouldn't talk. I can't afford it. Do you, Brandy?
I don't think that John B should participate. I'll tell you right now, Mr. B, do not participate in any verses. Please.
Do it.
Please don't.
Do it.
I feel like he does not need that. He doesn't need that.
Do it.
We know what his contribution is into R&B. And there really is nobody that can actually be on his parameter, I believe, besides Maxwell.
Do it.
Mind Fury, that's my dude. Remember when he was on 106 in Park and Chris Brown was judging? Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, and he knew he won that shit. He was just like, you know what? I don't even have to curse. And he started singing like Chris Brown, and he just threw the card. He's like, he won. He won that.
Hell yeah.
I follow him.
That's the stuff we miss. 106 in Park when they did that was classic stuff.
Well, the only thing I would say, the reason why I stopped fucking with 106 in Park was when, and this is the last story, guys, we promise. My cousin, John, had went on for Freestyle Friday. So it was a big thing in the family. Big thing in the family. Like, oh my God, John's going to be on TV. So we had our little flip phones and all that. So we're all supportive, all cousins, all of us at my mom's house, watching John do this shit. Yes, John. And it came time for everybody to start voting. So we took out our phones and, we were going to vote because obviously if John won, he'd be representing Yonkers and everything would be dope. So I put the text and, I typed in it was like 83 something. And I selected John. And it came back and it said, thank you for your vote for whatever gospel fest, whatever. We're like, so I told D Blaze, I said, yo, what's up with your phone? Can you try to do it? So he goes and he puts it in and it pops up and it says, thank you for your vote for McDonald's Gospel Fest, whatever. So now D Blaze texts John. He's like, yo, the votes is not going through. So you see, like, we're watching 106 Power. You see his face drop. Like, yo, this shit is rigged. This shit is rigged. So imagine your whole city. You know what I'm saying? Your whole city was tuned in to watch you win a battle. And everybody in your city that voted for you voted for Miss Shirley. Fucking gospel.
I don't do Miss Shirley with the good collard greens in the kitchen.
So it was upsetting. So, after that, he was on, we were all sitting there. Yeah, the other dude got all the votes and he was trash. But that's why 106 in Park, people stopped fucking with it because they were like, yo, like, I think they invited him back and he was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't going back on there. Like, fuck.
Get embarrassed again. What the hell?
I freaking went out there. I bought, like, he had mad people in the audience. I couldn't go, but we were very supportive from home. And, I really thought that he wasn't going to rap or do battle rap ever again from that because he ate this dude. Like, he ate him and the other dude won. And even people in the audience was like, how the fuck did this dude win? So.
Thank you for voting for Fellowship Hall Missionary Baptist Church.
Exactly. So, with him, I always felt like for some reason in our family, anyone that tries to hit like the public figure situation, yes, State Fleet says the other guy was related to Free. Yeah, so in a sense, it was rigged.
Bias.
It was rigged. So that's why when he said Blind Fury, that shit really. It's like, yeah, that was when it was hot. But then that anger moment hit me. Like, oh, I remember when that shit happened to John. That wasn't right. But these shits is rigged most of the time. But yeah, if you don't pay the time.
Speaking of rigging. If y'all are into dance competitions, they just released the cast of
Baskin.
That bitch. That bitch, Carol Baskin. Let me tell you something. I'll shoot that bitch right between the eyes. She tried to take my tigers away from me.
I have to still watch that. See, that's
man, free Joe Exotic for real. He gonna watch that. He gonna come across that on TV. And he gonna be staring at the TV. That bitch, Carol Baskin. She's at it again.
Yeah, my cousin actually produces for him too. Hopefully one day I probably hit up my cousin to see actually get both of them on here. Have a nice little reunion and shit.
That would be great. That would be great. Oh goodness. Any other last comments or questions?
Husband whacked him.
You better check that sewage drain again, goddammit. Yeah, no, her husband gone. She fed that boy to the tigers. I'm sorry. That's done.
The real Derek, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know anything about any battle rap, anything. So I let that be my cousin's field. I do the education and all that stuff. But if he ever invites me, I will definitely, coming on to help him co-host. That would be crazy though if I actually got into it. Him and Haji and all of them. But yeah,
I gotta get back into that myself. Oh goodness gracious!
I should be. Who was
that guy that kept bringing up the damn '90s theme songs? He still there?
Yeah. Right.
Damn it! Get me over here thinking about the Perfect Strangers theme song. I can't remember how it starts off. Damn it! But anyway. Oh gosh, yeah, but.
So on Monday when we come back, we're gonna outline all of our top supporters for August, so that we can give them the proper homage for the support and tuning in. And I just got an email today that they invited me to the next phase of the caster program. So
Hey,
Yeah.
big moves, big moves.
We're on
Uh,
3 times a week, Raheem. We just weren't on yesterday because life happens and, sometimes we need a break from things, but um we're here Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. And Friday's my podcast. And Saturday is the Punchline where we do the song reviews. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Sundays. It's the song reviews.
see, now she's getting the songs mixed up.
Thank you. I
You know
love her.
what? You know what? I really rock with y'all. Thank y'all to everybody on Caffeine for tuning in with us. We really appreciate y'all. We fuck with y'all the long way. Shout out to everybody that tuned in on Periscope, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Y'all please check out the replay. Because I'm sure y'all gonna find something funny in there. Minx. I'd never forget what you said about Doja Cat and her boobs. Oh, Jesus.
Potatoes.
Thank you for the interview. Titties, please.
I'm gonna get that snippet then.
Oh, that's about three or four shows ago.
I know.
She says I know. Oh my gosh. She's been writing down timestamps. There. Doja Cat's titties at 109:52. All right.
That's great news, Doja Cat. The titties.
Oh goodness. Y'all, we'll be back Monday night at 7 p.m. for more random talk, some more indie music talk, more foolery, fuckery, shenanigans, and some hidden jewels out of Minx's closet that we honestly don't need to know, but we're going to know. Like we said, please become a Patreon at the beginning of every month to the Merciless Cast. Get your premium jewels for your low price, fully researched and scam free, because you know what I'm saying? We don't do that scam shit over here on Minx Radio. Everything is researched to the T, and she gives you your pros and cons, and she will never steer you wrong. So y'all please take the time to check out the Patreon. Also head on over to the Minx Show podcast on minxradio.com. Check out the past episodes and previous episodes of the Minx Show podcast. Go ahead and hit that merch tab. Get you some Minx Mafia merch as well. And if you want to hit us up for some exclusive RTIM shirts, such as the designs that you see here, please let us know. We'll hook you up with your size and your color. And even if you want to, personalize it, we can do that too, I guess. Just let us know. We'll get all your information. You'll get our information, and we will make sure that we get that to you within a week or so. Because, custom ink, they're usually pretty good with that. So
Yeah, they are.
I love this shit. Quality work. And so let us know if you want to purchase a t-shirt. And also follow Hustle Culture on Instagram and Facebook. And I think that's pretty much everything.
Yes.
We love y'all. We'll see y'all Monday nights.
Yes, and hit us up. Make sure y'all hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, wherever. Just head over to rtimshow.com. It has all of our social media on there. Raheem says, play Max, Baby, I Wonder. Max B, Baby, I Wonder.
We will get flagged. You trying to get us in trouble. See, look at you.
Yeah, the caffeine's like, yeah, you can't play.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Your video has been muted because you've used music that belonged to someone else. Oh, no shit.
Oh, Stay Fleets, definitely. I am definitely going to check out your podcast, and I'm definitely going to figure out how to get in contact with you as well, so I could be able to feature it as something that we should hear. So Stay Fleets, if you have Instagram, just could you just post it so I could take a screenshot and I can go ahead and stan you all the way. Everybody that's in the chat right now, please drop your Instagrams, your Twitters. Let me know so I can follow y'all. I'm going to make it easier because, I'll be like, follow us, but then they can't find us.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So y'all drop.
I want to follow y'all too. Since y'all fuck with both of us, I want to follow y'all too.
Yeah. stayfleets@gmail. Cool. Got you. And yeah, I just want to, be able to do that. All right. So
hold on. Yeah, this is my my Twitter. If y'all can see that
at 759.
What was that?
You got the whole.
Yeah, that's it. You know
Okay.
what? I ain't got to do this shit. I ain't got to take this shit
Keep
from you no
forgetting that
more.
I could take a screenshot of my whole fucking screen. If you were to see with the picture I just took of myself, you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, it makes me look crazy." Okay, I'm like this.
Oh my God.
All right, let's get the hell up out of here.
Peace out,
I
y'all. We love you. We love you. Please call and check up on your folks and let them know that you love them. Please practice your safe distancing. Put on a damn mask. Wash your hands. Wash your ass. Just wash everything. We'll see y'all Monday night. Good night, Minx.
got you, art lover. Okay, okay, cool, Raheem. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And we will see you guys Monday.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.